If you've just been diagnosed with osteoporosis or osteopenia, you're probably feeling a little overwhelmed and maybe a little scared. I get it. But here's what I want you to know. This diagnosis doesn't define your future. What you do next absolutely matters. And today I'm going to share the 5 critical steps that can make all the difference in your bone health journey. Hi, I'm Margaret Martin. As a physical therapist who's worked with hundreds of women navigating osteoporosis, I've seen firsthand how the right approach can transform not just your bone density, but your entire quality of life. The 5 steps I'm going to talk about aren't just suggestions. They're your roadmap to taking control of your bone health. The first thing I encourage you to do, and I mean within the next week, is to obtain your complete DEXA report. Not just the T-score that your doctor might have mentioned, but the entire report, including the actual images. And here's why this matters. Those images tell a story that numbers alone can't. They show the quality of the DEXA test, areas of particular concern, and can reveal patterns that guide your entire treatment approach. They can also reveal, to a trained eye, whether your bone density test was properly done and measured. At the 2025 World Conference on Osteoporosis, held recently in Rome, data was shared that errors occur not just once in a while, but in the range of 40 to 90% globally. So with this diagnosis, you need to have all the information you can. I need you to call your doctor's office or the imaging center and specifically ask for both the complete tests. When I say both, of your hip and your spine. This includes not just the written report, but the images themselves. You have every right to these. They're your medical records. Paper reports are fine, but many facilities can provide them digitally, and this will make it easier for you to share them with other healthcare providers. Don't let anyone tell you you don't need the images or that they're too technical. You're building your healthcare team, and every qualified professional that you work with around your bone health will want to see these complete results. If they don't, you should consider working with someone else. Now, on to the second step. I need you to be completely honest with yourself, because you're not sending me this information, or you don't need to share it with anybody else, but you need to just document what your activity level has been over the past 3 months. And I mean, you need to be brutally honest. Get a notebook or open a document on your phone, your laptop, and write things down. How many days a week do you exercise? What type of activities do you do? How long does each session last? How much weight are you lifting? How fast are your walks? How intense are these activities? Include everything. Everything from the morning walk that you might take, that yoga class that you attended with a friend twice, gardening that you did last weekend, even taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Because when it comes to movement, everything counts. And I know 3 months is a long time. Try to remember what you've been doing, because it gives you a realistic picture of your baseline. I don't want like your best week or your worst week, but your actual lifestyle pattern. And this isn't about judgment. It's about creating a movement starting point. If you haven't fractured doing what you've been doing for the past 3 months, you're likely not going to fracture in the coming months. But taking stock of what you've been doing provides you with a foundation you can build on. If you've been walking 2 miles a day, you can consider gradually increasing the pace of the steps that you take. Don't stop moving. Another example, if your exercise program involves twists and forward bends, it's time to find a program that offers more intelligent exercises. Gradually increase the weight you lift. Don't stop lifting. If you've not been committed to exercising, I don't want you to feel bad about it, but it's time to prioritize the health of your bones and your body. Stick with me to the end and I will provide you with lots of options. Your third assignment is to become a food detective for 5 consecutive days. This means tracking everything you eat and drink, including any supplements you might be taking. We're not counting calories. What I need you to calculate is your daily intake of protein, calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K, and the number of fruits and vegetables that you consume. Use a nutrition tracking app. It'll make your life so much easier. There's things like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal. They'll do the calculations for you. If you prefer pen and paper, that works too, but you'll need to look up the nutritional content of your foods. But why these specific nutrients that I asked for? They're the building blocks of bone health. Protein provides the framework for bone formation. Calcium is the primary mineral in our bones. Vitamin D helps your body to absorb the calcium. Magnesium is essential for bone structure, and your vitamin K2 directs calcium to your bones instead of your arteries. I don't want you to change your habits during these 5 days. We want to just see your real pattern, not your perfect eating week. Also, quality matters as much as quantity when it comes to your bone health. Your fourth step is to record all the other factors that might be negatively affecting the quality as well as the density of your bones. Make a list that includes your sleep, quantity, and duration. 2, the stress levels and what you do to manage your stress. 3, any medications you're taking. A quick search will tell you if it affects your bones. 4, do you smoke? Do you not smoke? 5, alcohol consumption. 6, your hormone status, especially if you're pre or postmenopausal. 7, chronic health conditions that you may have. 8, symptoms of digestive issues that decrease appetite, such as decreased appetite, fatigue, abdominal pain, and cramping. 8, your balance. It doesn't directly impact your bones, but poor balance increases your risk of falling, which in turn increases your risk of breaking a bone. So these are not the end-all and be-all of things that affect your bones, but they are really critical. And this list can help you identify hidden factors that might be working against your bone health, even if you think you're doing everything else right. So start with the things you can most easily change. And once you've succeeded, congratulate yourself and know that when you're ready, you'll take on the next one. Your final step is perhaps the most challenging: finding a qualified healthcare professional who truly understands osteoporosis in 3 key areas: nutrition, exercise, pharmaceuticals, and hormones. Nutrition. Look for a registered dietitian or nutritionist who specializes in bone health, not just general nutrition. They should understand the complex interactions between nutrients and be able to create a personalized plan based on your food tracking results. When it comes to exercise and movement, you need someone who understands that not all exercise is created equal for osteoporosis. Weight-bearing and resistance exercises are crucial, but they need to be appropriate for your current bone strength and your fitness level. My website, miliaguide.com, is actually a great place to start. And lastly, a professional who understands hormones and pharmaceuticals. Whether you're considering hormone therapy or just exploring pharmaceutical options, you need a healthcare professional who stays current with the latest research and can discuss all your options, those that feel right for you, including timing and combinations. Don't settle for a provider who brushes off your questions or seems rushed. You deserve a professional who will take the time to explain your options and work with you as a partner in your care. Here's what I want you to remember. You're not a passive recipient of this diagnosis. You're about to become your own strongest advocate, knowledgeable, and truly, that knowledge is your power. These 5 steps aren't just busy work. They're a foundation of comprehensive approach to bone health that can absolutely change your trajectory. I've seen women transform their bone density, reduce their fracture risk, and regain confidence in their bodies by following these exact steps. Your osteoporosis diagnosis isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of you taking control of your health in ways you never have before. If this video helped you feel more empowered about your bone health journey, please give it a thumbs up and share with friends and family who might benefit from it. You can also let us know in the comments what you've been doing or what you start to do to help your bone health. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I regularly share evidence-based strategies for improving bone health naturally, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of them. If you want to learn more about managing bone health after a diagnosis of osteoporosis, I've assembled a playlist of videos you can find right here. Take it one step at a time. Remember, you've got this and you're not alone in this journey. Thank you for joining me.